Jane Cumberbatch. Welcome to my Pure Style series Make and Do. In this clip I'm going to show you how to make really simple and delicious lemon ice cream. You only need a few ingredients: lemons, sugar and cream. Now the first step is to grate the zest of the lemon, of one of the lemons, into a bowl. I've got a really good grater here that a friend of mine gave me, and I think that you can get them in really good kitchen shops, but otherwise a basic grater should do the job. So you keep grating the zest all the way around until you're finished. I think that will be enough. Push off the excess with your fingers, put the grater down, and now the next job is to cut the lemons in half and squeeze them. And again, I've just got this really simple little lemon squeezer. It's the kind of gadget that most people have, and it's actually much simpler to use than an electric one that might need lots of clearing out and clearing about afterwards. Keep squeezing and pouring, and it's really good obviously to try and find the juiciest lemons you can, and if they're not very juicy then you might actually have to have an extra lemon. But I think that these certainly look okay and will have the desired effect. So here we are on the last half, pouring it all in, hopefully without any pips going in as well. So you don't want the pips in the ice cream because they're very bitter. In fact, you can see one or two floating about. Okay, now after you've squeezed the lemons in, you need to pour in 200 grams of caster sugar. It's important to use caster because it's finer than granulated, so it will dissolve more easily. Pour it in, give it a good stir, mix it all around. Mix well for a few minutes and then put it to one side. The next step is to whip the cream. Now you need 450 millilitres and you pour it in. I know how much there is in here because it's measured off in sections, which is quite useful. And then beat it. Now some people have electric beaters, but again, if you've just got a hand whisk, that's absolutely fine. And I'm just going to do it here, and it will take a few minutes, but it won't be too hard on the arms. I'll just keep beating. And the reason that you should beat it is so that it will give the ice cream a nice airy and light texture. Once the cream is thick, stop beating. In fact, don't beat it too much, because if you do that, you can actually make it curdle. So just watch it carefully as it thickens. So once it's thick, you've got to add it to the lemon juice mixture. Now, spoon it in carefully. Well, not too carefully. You can just ladle it in. And I'm just using a metal spoon because it's supposed to be easier to mix it all together. Keep mixing. You keep going until it's nice and smooth. This kind of ice cream is perfect if you've got people coming around to eat and you want to do something special, because it's really, really tasty. So once it's all mixed together, it's time to put it into a shallow tray or dish or bowl. It doesn't really matter what you use to put in the freezer. So I wouldn't recommend china. I mean, this is just a plastic lunchbox. So there we have it. Put it in the freezer, and after about half an hour, take a spoon and bring in the cold bits from the outside so that you can start to mix the mixture together so that it will stop the crystals forming. Leave it for another hour and give it another stir, and in this way it makes the consistency much more creamy and stops ice crystals from appearing. Here's a batch of ice cream I made earlier, because I wouldn't expect you all to sit for 2 hours of freezing time, and I think the nicest way to serve ice cream is in a glass, and this is a basic wine glass that comes from a kitchen shop, and I think that ice cream looks particularly pretty and invitingly cool in one of these, and I think that you could also serve it with some shortbread or a little sweet wine to make it a really special end to a meal.